and have a
Different
look.
perspectives expose the same truth.
All right, so it's
Shiro's in.
Marcel gone.
But why did Stamina
why did
doesn't
they-
want to let Nightheart have it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
Don't
in
even
North
ban
America
it.
is gonna make him work at this point. No point. Save
I
that
wonder if
battle
he's
for
like
something
dominating
else.
in scrims. I wonder if he's like dominating in scrims right now, but no one can pull it off in actual play.
Probably
Well-
is. But you know what? Sorry to cut you off, Layla. One thing I wanted to say is expanding rivers. This could have been really good if Stamina had the Fredrin. This is where Fredrin shines a lot, right? In expanding river maps, where he's able to rotate much faster, can really work with the rest of the team, like can go 1-3-1 essentially. So yeah, I would have preferred to see Stamina Esports have the Fredrin for this game. Now they don't. So Nightheart can go Fredrin, even though I'm not sure if Shiro can play it to that extent that we would like to see. But yeah, expect more tank jungles probably.
Well, I was gonna say, I think a lot of the pro teams, I don't know because I'm not in one, but from my gaming from ranks, it's okay if you have
Me
a
neither,
tanky
me neither.
jungle and if you have a tanky, front line in the XP, you can get away with roamers that are more like a support role.
So,
But I feel
next?
like a lot of
Your
the pro
team is
teams, they
banning.
don't favor kind of roam. That's a support. They prefer the setters and the very good at zoning and tanky type of roam. If that makes sense. That's how I feel. What
I mean,
I've seen.
honestly, Nighthorde, most of the assassin picks that they've put into Shiro's hands have been losses. When they were up against Vendetta, they lost in the Fanny, they lost in the Hayabusa. When they were up against Stamina, they lost on the Harley. I mean, just overall, they've done better on the more fighter jungles, just like you just said. It's something that Nighthorde really favors. So this is a great position for them, especially like I said earlier, they still have the Fredrin. They still have a full wide range. Whereas Dez has showed a bit more variety in his jungler picks. We've seen him do well on the Harley. We've seen him win on the Joy. We've seen him win on the Suyo. Overall, he likes those aggressive picks. It works for him. So it's definitely two very different style of junglers. And you can tell Nighthorde doesn't want to let that Harley in at all. You know, they respect at least the pressure that Dez can put on them.
Yeah, the kill pressure for sure. And if I'm Nighthorde, Guinevere Kalea, right? Never mind. Zetian plus maybe Kalea here again, because you don't want to give that combo again to the other side. And we know Instinct, or rather Diamond, is going to be running that carry. We know Bless has played really well on the Kalea. Yes, he's not a terrible game. We went 0-9 something, but that he was the reason they walked out with the victory as well. Nope, they don't care. They want to apply pressure in the back line. Alice plus Zetian is the way they want to go. So Stamina Esports, maybe Gwen Kalea, still a solid option for both. You get to dive into the back line. You can single somebody off. You give more power in the hands of Diamond to get more pickoffs. Unless they want to prioritize mid lane here, go Valentina plus something.
I don't know. I feel like I don't like the Guinevere pick super early. I feel like it's either like a red side pick 3 or maybe a red side like pick 5. It's tough to pick like here for Stamina, just because Nighthorde can still then just go for something more assassin-y as your jungler and just never really have any problems with it. They do end up blocking in the Uranus. The Farza, okay, so some range. Farza's still pretty 50-50 in terms of how well it's done. It's had some good games, it's had some bad games, but it does outrange and possibly out-rotate the Zetian with the Wings by Wings. You can make some quick plays, and that's pairs very well with Stamina's aggressive early game strategy. And then we get a Claude from Nighthorde here.
Oh, I think their back line is gonna get touched. 100%.
They're getting touched. I agree. They're gonna catch them. They're gonna get tapped a few times.
Well, because all the reach from Wuzetian and then Claude, and then Alice can definitely dive in. So.
I agree. They're definitely getting touched. I'm gonna use that line today.
And you said they're gonna get tapped as well. Yeah,
they're
one tap.
1 tap, 2 tap.
No, there's no one tap
touch.
on their side. touch and go.
Touch and go, pick and roll.
Nighthorde look much stronger. Nighthorde do look much stronger with the Claude. It's basically a front to back with the Zetian baked there, but more dive options on the side of Nighthorde. Gatotkacha is taken off, which could have added a little bit more. Kalea that I spoke about, Kaja is gone as well. Gatotkacha, maybe a Hylos to take out as well if you are stamina, just because you don't want to add more dive factor. And Farsa against the Hylos, not really something that we'd like to see. So you take away more options that's in the roam for them. Apart from, there's a lot of roam options taken off though.
Sir,
1,
what's
2,
your
3,
command?
4, 5.
Funny.
The Fanny. Oh wait, yeah, Shiro can play the Fanny. So
Yeah, he lost on it though. That was a hot point that I brought out too. Shiro hasn't won an assassin yet.
yeah, that's true. Very true. But I still think Hylos. If you are Nighthorde, Hylos here is a solid choice. You kind of counter the carry with a little bit of Chance's Pauldron, a lot of HP, the Ring of Punishment, Glorious Pathway. You can slow down the attack speed, add more dive factor. You're constantly putting this Farce under like threat. Where is he going to come from? Either the Glorious Pathway, the Throne of Ruin, the Blazing Duet, or even the Fury of the Phoenix. So add more kill pressure now with the Lancelot. We know Shiro loves to play the Lancelot too. Yeah, Nighthorde are cooking in this draft, and for sure, stamina, especially that Farsa, is going to be, like, to quote what Layla said, it's going to get touched.
Yeah, the Farsa is definitely getting touched at this point. It's going to be a problem. But we haven't seen, this is the first pick Lancelot in MCT so far. I've been waiting for this pick to happen. I feel like it's one of those picks that could possibly deal with the Harley. They do pick it up front, so a little scary because you're showing a big card before your final pick. Kufra is going to get locked in as a decent counter, and this is exactly why, because a counter can be picked up again. Whoa!
Yo, this is crazy.
Everyone's getting touched. Everyone's getting touched now.
Because I was saying with what they have, they don't have a big setter, and there it comes. Atlas with an Owless. Oh my.
It's so good though. It's so good that you put them
there and get touched.
You're gonna put them on the Purify, and not just that, because of the Atlas, you put them on the Purify, and by not putting them, for them not to pick up Flickers, you can't escape from the BMI Blazing Duel, you can't escape from the Throne of Ruin, you're not gonna be able to escape the Lancelot. So this Purify that they have to run on right now, oh, this is gonna be tough. Stamina Esports better pull up, otherwise Nighthorde are just pulling through with this.
There you have it, our draft, our final lineup for this game. Game 2 out of best of 5. Who do you think is gonna do well this game, Trax? Let's go. Give me
Honestly, it's a lot. This is it's for me, even though Nighthorde's draft seems really cool and interesting and has a like R is a monster on this Alice, there's so many combo possibilities here. Stamina Esports is still very straightforward and could catch a win. We'll see exactly how we jump in, but first, before I give any more details, Kronos.
Hey man, I'm waiting. We're gonna find out. Is Stamina Esports gonna get touched, or is Nighthorde gonna be the one to sweep the entire game away? Oh wait, they're both the same one and the same thing. Either way, it's game number 2, folks. We're in Stamina Esports versus Nighthorde. I'm a little distracted by what Layla said. Can't get that off my mind. It's got me laughing the entire time. But one thing we can focus on is Merlin on an Atlas. And we're going to see, I want to see a massive 5-man Fatal Link. This feels like one of those games, one of those anime music videos where you've got an Atlas that could go for a you know, gets 4 people. But at the same time, if Bless is going to go with the Kufra and get a 4-man clap with the Tyrant's Rage Revenge combo, ooh, sweet. Please.
It is.
We get to see that.
It is combos all around the map from both teams. Possibilities are endless right now. But once again, Merlin never, ever disappoints at all. The problem child earning his name to a T right now. I just can't get enough of it. But there's another player I want to point out. RR. He has been a monster on the Alice. This is becoming a signature pick for him at this point. I've been waiting for him to pull it out. We did see the Nighthorde ban it last game, so they couldn't pick it for themselves. But he had the Phobius already, so clean. But if they're able to pull it off, it's going to be crazy.
It is. It is absolutely going to be crazy. And the fact that Merlin doesn't have to be the primary engage to bait out the Purifies, that's what I'm excited about here. And you can see 3 Purifies on the side of Stamina Esports, 0 on the side of Nighthorde. They're not scared of Bless whatsoever. You can dive in. You can get our 4-man clap. We're okay. We've got our own saving grace. We've got Merlin on this. You can see RR going in as well. And Instinct, yes, it's going to be, you know, a little bit of a touch and go, but that's not the problem. This is Merlin. He walks up. As the moment he gets a split on, there's nobody able to stop him. Merlin has to flicker out of harm's way. There comes Fear of the Phoenix. But look at that. Taken out. First blood. Caught in place. Shiro able to get this turtle now for free. And actually gets a kill on the board for them.
We're already seeing the pressure applied by RR. We're already seeing the pressure applied by Merlin. The possibilities of this composition. Kistler in a little bit of trouble. Blazing Duet does come in. Should just be a trade-off, nothing major. But we're only 2 minutes in. We haven't even seen level 4 Merlin yet. But that Throne of Ruin, they don't have to catch everyone to Purify. You just give Dez the worst game of his life right now, and you take the dub. So Stamina Esports has to be careful about how they approach every single neutral objective. Luckily, Dez just got his purple buff. I thought that was a steal for a second.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Grand Theft Purple. And not just that, Trex, like, the other thing is, Yomel's Feathered Airstrike can be cancelled out by a Fury of the Phoenix from anywhere on the map. So Colleen essentially can be the base crystal, pop that skill, and all of a sudden, Feathered Airstrike neutralized instantly. So maybe if Yomel's not in his element today, that Purify could be popped after. That's another way to bait it out. A lot of possibilities from Nighthorde. So clearly you can see we're kind of liking the Nighthorde's draft the more and more we read into it. But for Stamina Esports, they not sure how this is going to work out. They're really relying on Bless to get a massive set. Instinct has to put has to create a lot of lane pressure. And the mobility of Nighthorde is just not going to allow that to happen. RR can go in, get out whenever he wants. The same thing with Shiro. You're basically not going to be able to touch Colleen whatsoever. The only possible way is the Feathered Airstrike, but that can be cancelled out so many times. And now he gets a Lightning Truncheon as a first item.
Yeah, I think Instinct is going to be huge here. If he can be the harasser to Colleen Kistler and kind of stop them from getting the engage in the mid to late game, it can be kind of the saving grace a bit. You point out such a great point to the fact that Nighthorde, I mean, the Purifies aren't going to be a hard debate when you have a Fury of the Phoenix. You have literally 3 different huge stuns on your side. It's a tough spot for Stamina Esports. So the way they approach these fights is important. Same thing with Yomel. You got to time that ultimate. So much here for Stamina Esports. They have to be the ones who have to think very hard, I feel like, about these fights. There's so many boxes to check. Whereas Nighthorde, you just play your game. You just hit buttons, essentially. You jump in and attack. So let's see exactly how it goes. Colleen takes a lot of damage there right before Turtle.
And he's able to flicker out too. No, he still has the Fury of the Phoenix. And like you mentioned, Instinct is going to be huge for Stamina Esports. He has to apply the pressure. He's going to be the one to tilt the balance in their favor. So, and for Stamina Esports, it's like thread in a needle. Nighthorde, they have plenty of options in terms of win conditions, multiple sets. They have a big AoE damage with the Blazing Duet covered in as well. So it all comes down to how are they going to pick these fights, Stamina Esports, who's going to be their target? Because the moment they find a target, they need to lock it down. RR already being such a problem. The wave clear on their mid lane is great with Colleen being present. You spoke about him being low. I don't know if he went back to base and came, but he's already full HP. And there's the Fatal Links coming as well. Bless is going to be the target. Throne of Ruin catches nobody, but this is the layering of skills that we were talking about. Colleen, though, no flicker. A little overzealous. And Dez instantly punishes.
Yeah, they still have to be careful for sure. Dez needed that kill, so it's huge for Stamina Esports. Look for those little moments. Because the Nighthorde wants to be so aggressive. Oh, God.
Oh,
Wings
Shiro.
by wings. Yomel will get to safety.
And the Purify. So no Purify for what? 80, 60-something, 80-something seconds here. So they need to find a way to kind of capitalize now. Yomel's going to have a big target on his back. And with Colleen essentially handing over a kill to Dez. Yeah, this is something that Stamina Esports will probably rely on. Bait out a couple of flickers and then pick a fight if they're off position. But Nighthorde needs to wake up if they need to bag this game.
It's still a level and a half gap though between Shiro and Dez. And Shiro just keep on farming, keep moving. Dez is getting slowed down nonstop from Merlin and Colleen. It's tough. Bless picking something like the Kufra means you can't really Can't really get Merlin out of your face. You can't really get Colleen out of your face. Stamina Esports gives up river control for these picks, and that's what's making Dez even more slow when it comes to moving around the map to farm.
And not just that, right? It's not like Bless is going to be able to out-rotate Nighthorde on this Kufra. Kufra is more of a pick where you're waiting. You're relying on predicting the rotation or like outthinking the opposition in where they're going to rotate and catch them off guard in midst of a rotation. So a lot of boxes to tick, like you mentioned, Trex. But still, it's not impossible for Stamina Esports. They're still holding their own. Shiro goes in, puncture, able to not catch anyone, wings by wings out of there. Oh, that could have been a little nasty. Yomel, though, doesn't get a lot of threat in terms of what could pop as Purify again.
Will we see them actually try to go for this turtle here? Dez still at a level disadvantage. Moving the retreat's a little under.
All right, there you go. Tyrant's Revenge. Able to catch 3 members of the Rage, but he's the Fury of the Phoenix at the same time. Shiro gets the turtle. Instinct able to buy a lot of time. Dez doing a lot of damage, but they're super tanky. Shiro finally goes down. Dez gets one, but here comes the Blazing Duet from Kistler. And they trade 1-for-1. Gold for jungle. Stamina Esport walk away with a slightly better trade.
Yeah,
oh, no, not anymore.
Maybe not anymore. Tower goes down. It's Nighthorde able to definitely come out on top in that one, which is huge. I will say this. RR does a great job at keeping Dez away. Dez still able to hold it together, and he's tanky enough to still take those shots to the face. And even after losing Turtle, he finds some kills. So Dead playing well under pressure.
They want to get this tier 1. They want this tier 1 desperately, but RR makes his way. They're not going to let that happen. Shiro goes in, puncture. Bless the bouncing ball for disengage, but on the top side, you can see he's charging up, trying to get on top of Kistler as well. BMI gets out of there. Throne of Ruin coming in, catching 2 members. I don't know if they want to go for it. They do. Blazing Duet comes in as well. Fear the Phoenix to put them in place. Diamond takes a lot of damage. I think he's going to go down. And yes, he does. Kistler able to get one. Oh, RR again going in deep, zoning out Bless. Yomel can't do anything, has to get out, but Dez trying to make a sandwich out of Kistler, able to use the flicker, gets out of harm's way. Feather Airstrike comes through as well. Now Merlin makes his way. He has the Fatal Links, and I think this is going to be the moment where he wants to pull the trigger. 3 members, it could be crucial. Instinct is the one that's going to get caught. BMI from Kistler, they're trying to get the damage down. Purify comes in, but he can see with the Fatal Links, it's not going to be possible. Colleen gets him down. And the Nighthorde are now starting to show up, and Stamina Esports are wondering what got us here.
Kistler's touching him right now. He's tapping him. My boy's bobbing and weaving. We did not, you said it earlier, Grones, we did not recognize his game. The guy is on fire. I was a little worried about the flicker pick. I'm a big Claude Purify kind of guy, you know? But the BMI plus the flicker, the way that Kistler moves, you already know he's an aggressive gold laner in terms of team fights and in terms of 1v1s. It just works so well for his play style. He can move back and forth with ease, kind of bob and weave through these fights, and just continuously respond and attack. The guy is on fire right now. You pair that up with RR, who loves to just get in their face, dive and attack. These two are a combo from opposite sides of the map, but once they come together, it's a problem.
It's a problem, all right. He's not one-tapping them, he's tap-tapping them. So Kistler 2-0-1 at this moment. Him and the monkey, that's true. 2v1, whatever you want to call it.
They're jumping him.
they're jumping him, all right. Hey, he's a thief too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Claude and Dexter working their magic, and so is the Nighthorde.
Lord coming.
And at this point, Stamina Esports, again, they have to play for the re-engage. The one good thing that they have is they have good tower defense with the help of the Farsa's Feather Airstrike. They do have some sort of high ground, but that Feather Airstrike is so much under threat. Look at Merlin. His presence alone commands so much attention. RR goes in. He gets the Throne of Ruin, catching 3 members. Fear the Phoenix now. That's layered up. And Merlin is still not pulled the trigger. He's waiting. He's waiting for the ultimate opportunity. Shiro goes in, punctures his way, and now Kistler with Blazing Duet. Timing is so beautiful. Oh, they get 2 members. And Merlin didn't even pull the trigger.
And Diamond never even used the Purify.
Oh,
Here
here
we
we
go.
go.
Bam.
He links to members, and Des can't do nothing. Barbiel comes in, and he wants to run away. The base crystal. Nighthorde are gonna run away with game number 2. There's one cannon minion. Shiro's using the puncture to clear the waves. Bless is taking so much damage, but they're not letting up. And now they lock it down. Only Bless remaining, but they don't really care. Oh no, wait, that's Yomel. He's able to defend.
Wait, one more hit. Can they get
Oh,
it? The tower
no.
does finally go down. Nighthorde takes it. They tried to fight it out, but Nighthorde is relentless, and it's just too much at this point. Another amazing game from Nighthorde, Layla. Whoa.
What
Sorry.
an amazing
We got a little too
game.
excited. I was all over the place. I was all
We're
over
all
the place.
shifting, we're
Um,
jumping, we're doing a lot of stuff. What an
Insanity.
amazing game. What can I say? I feel bad for Des because he had that bad start, and I think he is kind of known for being a jungle that once he has a bad start, it's hard for him to pick it back up.
We didn't want to touch on that subject. We didn't want to talk about that later, but you brought it up. And we said it in a nicer way that they like to play off momentum, which Stamina Esports need. But hey, man, you didn't got to call him out like that. But jokes aside, but Des really did try, right? He did try. He did get that one kill that they needed, but Trex outdrafted.
I don't know if it was exactly outdrafted, maybe a little bit. I think it was a mixture of both. I think Nighthorde had a great draft, but also just played so well. Like, I can't take away from the plays of Nighthorde by saying it was just all draft.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go look at a little bit post game of the stats that happened in the game. But
In a bit, though, I think, right?
Before that, okay.
Nice.
Yes. I think it was just a really exciting game, and then the way Chronos, I'm not trying to throw daggers at you, I promise. Let's look at the post-game stats.
Post-game stats
well.
are looking good. We ended that with, what, an 11k gold lead on the side of Nighthorde here. And just so many players showed up. But for me, it's definitely Kistler and RR that are the heavy focus. Kistler at the end there even picks up the Wind of Nature just so I can be even more aggressive. Doesn't pick it up as the last item. Picks it up as the second to last item. And this guy's dominating too. He's 5-0-4, and he's still like, I'm going to pick up the Wind of Nature because I might want to do a crazy blazing duet under all of your towers right in your faces like he did on that final fight. And just the communication between him and RR that game. Oof. Teamfight participation, 90% all around the map. Shiro's the only one who's a little low. Just everyone on the team played so cleanly. I think that's the major thing to point out here.
Yeah, the team fight participation as well, right? Nice to see some good numbers, well-rounded numbers with 90s, 70s, and 100s on the board for Nighthorde. And taking a look at the highlights as well, you could see the problem with, I mean, not so much of a problem. The draft, yes, you can say Nighthorde kind of got the better of them a little bit, but at the same time, in terms of gameplay, Nighthorde so clean, so good, knowing how to apply pressure, basically playing the waiting game with Stamina Esports. That's the one kill that Des got on the board for them, which is super important. Crucial, could have turned the tides, but here again, Bless able to get a 2-3 man clap. But was that really enough? And you could see they were layering their skills so well, Nighthorde. After every single fight, you could see first they get in the Throne of Ruin, baiting out a couple of Purifies, and then all of a sudden you get the Fury of the Phoenix that's on. Shiro goes in, and then Kistler is waiting for the opportunity. Kistler, if he wants to, if he finds everyone low, goes in. They don't care about Merlin pulling the trigger whatsoever, and Merlin decides when he wants to go in, and by this entire time, he hasn't even used the Flicker. That is the big game changer. And you could tell because of all of that, the MVP in this game, Kistler, knowing when to go in, a thief in the night, with the help of Dexter, with that blazing duet, catching them off guard. You think you're able to run away? You think we're waiting for those big 5-man sets? We don't care. We want to get those kills. We want to get the win. 12 minutes and 4 seconds. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, Kessler, an MVP again, right?
Mm-hmm. 2
Coming
MVPs in a row.
Hot. And then really got touched.
Got
Claude
touched. He was tapping him.
Is made for
Tap,
that.
He was slapboxing, as we like to say. The guy was a monster. I'm thinking he could possibly get a third MVP if the games continue like this, which would be a first. We haven't seen many players get even back-to-back MVPs, so Kistler is just showing up tonight. And what's insane is, on this team, it's not really a player that we've been hard focusing on. It's been like Merlin, it's been Shiro, it's been RR. So this is a really show out day for him. He's really been able to kind of put his name and face out there and show that he is a major part of this team, just like all the other players.
Hey,
Yeah.
and you know what? Not just that. Isn't this... We keep forgetting this point. I mean, not like we forget. We kind of put it on the back burner. The team that wins this, C2.
C2.
And Nighthorde. And Nighthorde already got 2 games in the bag. 2 quick games in the bag. And I think Stamina Esports, I don't know if they saw this coming. I don't think they were prepared. And you could see with the highlight.